The time now, it is 5 o'clock on this Tuesday evening, February the 4th, 2014. On Tuesday evening, it's time now for the Weather Magician PJ Wiggins, the
I think you got it right on the head.
Evening Report.
That's one of the things I want to
Tuesday, February 4th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. Our current conditions at 5 o'clock in North Massachusetts got a temperature of 31 degrees with a humidity of 69%, wind speed south about 3 miles per barometer, 3.37 inches, dew point about 22 degrees, fair skies, and a visibility about 10 miles.
Probably all three will come into.
Okay, let's take a look at our.
It's going to be mostly a winter storm. Even if some sleet gets in, a lot of snow, a lot of sleet, that's a winter impact. So
Radar scoping shows a lot of snow shot from northwestern Pennsylvania down for Northern Ohio, down for central Ohio, down for Indiana, Illinois, some Wisconsin down for 7, and central Iowa down for Missouri, down for eastern Nebraska, down for Kansas, down to northern Oklahoma. Sleet pelts in southeastern Missouri, down for eastern Arkansas, down for western Kentucky and central Kentucky. Rain showers in eastern Texas, down for Louisiana, down for northern Mississippi. Southeastern Arkansas, down for western portions of Tennessee, down for central portions of Kentucky. Rain showers in northern Georgia, down for northern South Carolina, down for the North Carolina, down for southern Virginia, a lot of showers off the Carolina, Georgia coastline. There.
And eventually to lift northwood, we'll have more than
a lot of snow showers in north central portions of New Mexico, down for Colorado, down for Utah, down for southern Idaho, down for western portions of Wyoming, snow showers in western portions of South Dakota, down for central portions of North Dakota, snow showers in eastern portions of
snow and sleet. Then when you get up closer to Boston,
Montana, west central portion of Montana, a lot of snow and sleet showers in the I-5 corridor from Portland up to Bellingham, including Seattle. Rain showers and snow showers in southwestern portions of British Columbia. Snow showers in eastern portions of Alberta and snow showers in west central portions of Saskatchewan. South Stream, Wyoming, good evening. 3 degrees below zero, overcast skies. There.
And actually, Mike is here to do that. So let's check in with Mike and Phil.
All right, Harvey, thanks. And yeah, this is different. We've seen
better clouds from northern Mexico, covering much of the entire country from west to east. Clouds covering much of continents, covering much of Canada from southern British Columbia, covering much of Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario down into western Quebec, and batch of clouds from northern Maine up to the northern New Brunswick and stretching down for eastern portions of Newfoundland and Prince Edward down in Atlantic Canada. Here.
Right across the top of us. The difficulty with these storms now is it's a very stormy pattern, but the rain, snow,
and
as Harvey was mentioning,
cloudy some parts of Florida.
So it really has to do with
okay, let's take a look at our map situation.
In more snow, you get that fluff factor that we have going on, where 1 inch equals about 10 inches of snow. And this
stationary front from
before, 1 inch was equal
off Alaska, stretch down to Oregon, down to Idaho, down for Wyoming, down for Colorado, cold front from Kansas, stretch down Missouri, down for Illinois, down for Michigan, stretch down for eastern Ontario, down for Quebec. Front bounding from northern Alabama, down for Georgia, down for the Carolinas, down for West Virginia. Warm front, stationary front from Utah, stretch down into New Mexico, down for Texas, stretch down for the Gulf States, and down for northern Florida, and stretch down to sea. Front bounding from Alabama, stretch down to Georgia, and Western Carolinas, and West Virginia. Front bounding from eastern California, down southern Nevada, down for western Arizona. Front bounding from the Baja, stretch down up the coast there, with high pressure southern North Dakota and upstate New York, southern New Mexico, and low pressure in southern Mexico, and low pressure up near Gulf of Mexico. Now for front of mine from Wyoming down to west North Dakota, front of mine from west Montana down for western portions of Alberta. It's 34 degrees out temperature right now here in Boston. It's 38 out in Washington, D.C., 45 in Atlanta, 80 out in Miami, 54 out in Brownsville, Texas at 54, 46 in Dallas, 22 out in Kansas City, 24 in Chicago, 10 in Minneapolis, 6 below in Great Falls, 36 in Seattle, 30 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 11 in Denver, 40 out in Albuquerque, 60 in Los Angeles, and 53 in San Francisco. Here. Okay, let's take a look at our
the Southeast Expressway down by the gas station. Slow moving right now, but the roads seem to be okay in that area. Let's take a look.
HBC forecast discussion here.
Route 3 is a 29.
A winter storm moving across the Midwest, eastward, far to the north would be followed by another plunge of Arctic air into the center of the country. Heavy rain could lead to flash flood over the Tennessee Valley ahead of a cold front. Another winter storm is shaping up in the center of the nation and will be spread eastward in the northeast during the short-range forecast period. An up-level trough moving off the Rockies is indicating the formation of surface low pressure system near the Texas Gulf Coast, and the suave storm is already in place over the Central Plains ahead of an upper-level shortwave. The surface snow will move eastward in sync with the surface low, which is expected to intensify and move northeastward across the Appalachians on Wednesday. The low is expected to be pulled somewhat milder air from the southeast, and the nearby Atlantic, resulting in a snow change in the freezing rain and sleet in central Appalachians where significant icing can be expected. Southern New England coast to be seen snow change in rain over Wednesday before evening on. However, Wednesday before ending, however, farther north in the cold areas from the lower Great Lakes eastward, but the central New England should be see a foot more snow before the wintry system moves out to sea by Wednesday night. In addition to the wintry weather, the low pressure system is expected to spread heavy rain eastward ahead of the cold front, which could lead to flash flood over the Tennessee Valley tonight and Wednesday. Beyond this winter storm, another surge of frigid air from the Arctic is forecast to arrive. Temperatures are expected to drop more than 40 degrees below normal in the high plains. By the latter half of this week, the southwestern United States will be only area. Yet in the country spared from the Arctic blast. Nevertheless, light snow and snow showers are expected along the Arctic boundary from the northern California eastward into the southern Rockies and by early on Thursday. Showers should be moving into California on the Thursday ahead of the Pacific system. Meanwhile, moisture from the Gulf of Mexico is expected to return to the western Gulf Coast early on Thursday, bringing in scattered rain showers into the region.
Somebody locked the door.
Alright, let's take a look at our forecast discussion for New England there.
Bradley was a close friend of Aaron Hernandez. Last summer,
Synopsis. Significant snowfall is likely late tonight into Wednesday across much of southern New England, and as low pressure tracks just southeast of northern Tucson on Wednesday, high pressure takes over late this weekend to Saturday with dry but cold conditions, then a winter storm is possible late this weekend and early next week. This evening, confident flow will be over to northern New England and southeast Canada will keep subsidence and associated with high pressure across southern New England. Yield dry and quiet weather. Temperature will be initially fall quickly with sunset given in dry and mass light. Winds left over snow cover and mainly clear skies. However, temps will be level off the second half of the night as clouds increase. Overnight, good model agreement on precipitation over spread in the region between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. from northwest Connecticut and western and central Massachusetts to eastern Rhode Island and eastern Massachusetts. Models surrounding subordinate column cold enough to support all snow at daybreak. And
Dangerous situation, very reckless situation.
let's take a look at the latest on this winter storm.
Hartford police say the gun he
Snow will begin. Heavy snow mixes changes to sleet, freeze rain, and rain spots. Impacts. Snow begins 2 to 5 a.m. Snowfall rates 1 to 2 inches per hour during the morning commute. All snow along and north of the Mass Pike and snow in the mix rain south of the Pike to the coast. And answer until circulation about 2 to 4 inches in Grand Chatham, 1 to 2 inches in the Martha's Vineyard, and 1 to 2 inches in the Nantucket, 2 to 4 inches in Martha's Vineyard, 4 to 6 inches for much of the Cape except Chatham, and 4 to 6 inches also strength down to southern Plymouth County, stretching it down from 195 quarter from New Bedford down for Fall River, down from southern coastal Rhode Island, 6 to 8 inches from south of Hartford, and stretching it down to central
32-year-old Rajat
Rhode Island down to Providence and down to
for about 2.5
Seacon to Fall Rivers, down for Taunton, down for Middleburg, down for Plymouth.
here.
8 to 10 inches possible from
Tower
Hartford, Connecticut, and Chester to much of northeastern Connecticut, down from northern Rhode Island, down to northern Bristol, Plymouth County, and stretching down for Norfolk County,
working that evening, he wasn't
and
informed.
around Springfield area, and widespread 10 to 14 inches possible from much of Boston and points north and west, and stretching to western and
Police won't talk about why Sharda, a
Hampshire counties and central and western Massachusetts into southern New Hampshire. Here,
large part of the case.
as uncertainty in northern extended winter mix, best chance south of the Mass Pike
About this,
to south coast and heavy snow up to 12 inches northern of Mass Pike, and that's credit to
the incident
0.10 inches northern Connecticut and interior Rhode Island and interior southeast Massachusetts.
Between when the incident occurred and when she did come forward in late November.
And we are under a winter storm warning in effect from midnight
was here.
to 6 p.m. tomorrow.
He was alone. Officer
So about 18 hours here.
inquiries. The criminal
Low pressure will intensify off the Delaware coast early Wednesday and then track northeast past the snow of Nantucket late Wednesday. This storm will bring a large swath of 6 to 12 inches of snowfall away from the south coast from the median snow coast of Massachusetts, Rhode Island. 3 to 6 inches of snow expected before it change over to sleet and rain from 9 a.m. to midday. Snow tapered off during the early afternoon step across northern Massachusetts and southwest New Hampshire, where snow may linger until 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Winter storm warning remains in effect from midnight tonight till 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, location 7 New England, 7 New Hampshire, both Massachusetts, as well as northern Connecticut and Rhode Island. Time and snow arrives by 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., then quickly becomes heavy at 6 to 7 a.m. with snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour. By midday before temperature in the afternoon. Accumulation snow accumulation of 6 to 12 inches long with a random trace of ice. Impacts difficult travel conditions and reduced visibility due to snow and snow-covered roads, especially further. Wednesday morning commute. Winds northeast about 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Visibility 1/4 miles less of times. Temperature in the mid-20s. Precautionary preparation actions. A winter storm warning is issued when an average of 6 or more inches of snow expected over the 12-hour period. For 8 or more inches of 24-hour period, and travel to be slow to best of well-treated surfaces and quite difficult on any unplotted and treated surfaces.
Now works for Boston University.
Day 1 tonight, winter storm warning. Day 2 for 7, Wednesday for Monday, winter storm warning. Okay, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Friday night, snow mainly after 4 a.m. Low around 25 degrees. Calm wind becoming east around 5 miles per hour after midnight. Chance of precipitation is 80%. Total nighttime circulation of 1 to 2 inches possible. Wednesday, snow and sleet before noon. Then rain and sleet between noon and 3 p.m. Then rain and snow after 3 p.m. The snow can be heavy at times, high near 35 degrees. Northeast wind about 7 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 100%. New storm accumulation and sleet accumulation of 5 to 9 inches possible. Wednesday night, snow likely mainly between
With lawmakers.
before 1 a.m. Most Coast Guard low around 19 degrees. North wind about 6 to 9 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 70%. New circulation less than 1 inch possible. Thursday, most nights got 129 degrees. Northwest wind about 7 miles per hour. Thursday night, podcast got low in 13 degrees. West wind about 6 to 8 miles per hour. Friday, most of the skies got 128 degrees. Friday night, podcast skies with a low around 13 degrees. Saturday, part of the sunny skies with a high near 30 degrees. Saturday night, a chance of snow with most skies with a low around 16 degrees. Sunday, a chance of snow, most skies high near 32 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 30%. Sunday night, a chance of snow, skies low in 20 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 50%. Monday, a chance of snow, most skies high near 30 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 50%. Monday night, chance of snow, parts of skies low in 10 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 30%. For Tuesday, same skies high near 26 degrees. Peters with a phrase of the day. Of the evening A. Snowy day and top of tomorrow. This is PJ with a good day with a good positive afternoon. Good evening all. See you at 11. Have a good evening.